If you're interested in making six figures, then check out Ron Armstrong's Six Figure PM program. In just 6 short weeks, you'll be trained to become a digital project manager where you'll learn to build websites, apps, social media campaigns, and digital games. Best of all, you'll be the boss and manage your own team. No coding experience is required, and once you complete the program, you'll receive help in finding your first six-figure job. The fee for the program is extremely affordable, so check it out now at www.thesixfigurepm.com. Classes are starting soon, so you'll want to enroll as soon as possible. YouTubers Fresh and Fit wound up with their channel being demonetized. Now, a demonetization is where YouTube goes out here and cancels the contract between a YouTuber's channel and the YouTube Partner Program. Now, when you are a part of the YouTube Partner Program, you are allowed to monetize your channel, and this way you are going to receive revenue from the YouTube every time one of your videos is played and ads are played on that video. So every time you have a video on a channel that's a part of the YouTube Partner Program, that person is paid for the plays of that video. And if you get enough plays, you can go out here and make a very nice living. Now, Fresh and Fit was a very big channel on YouTube, and the announcement of Fresh and Fit's demonetization was one that basically shocked a lot of people on social media, but it was one that I just wasn't really surprised by, because Fresh and Fit was a pair of foreign-born blacks who were looking to go out here and push the envelope as related to content. Now, Fresh and Fit went out here and were looking to go out here and degrade black people on their channel, and as they put on their daily minstrel show where they went out here making mockery of black people, it became a very popular channel in the algorithm, because content that goes out here and presents black people acting a fool or talking about gender war topics tends to become very popular with YouTube, and they look to elevate that content until it possibly winds up going too far, the way Fresh and Fit had been doing. Now, Fresh and Fit had been pushing the boundaries with their content, and they had been pushing the boundaries by going out here and featuring themselves dressing up in Klan hoods, going out here making mockery of black women, and they continue to escalate their behavior, pushing the boundaries of YouTube's community guidelines by going out here and inviting white supremacist Nick Fuentes onto their platform. Now, it looks to me like Fresh and Fit possibly was looking to follow in the footsteps of white female YouTuber Just Pearly, because YouTuber Just Pearly had hosted Nick Fuentes on her show in the UK. However, Just Pearly was just smart enough to understand that YouTube's partner program has rules, and did not go out here and broadcast her interview with Nick Fuentes on the YouTube platform. No, Just Pearly just decided to take that interview and put it on another service, and that's how Just Pearly went out here and circumvented YouTube's rules as related to the partner program. But Fresh and Fit, I believe, went out here and invited Nick Fuentes on their platform, and that may have been the straw that broke the camel's back, similar to what happened with Steven Crowder and other individuals who wound up with their platforms being demonetized. What happened was they went too far as related to pushing content, and this wound up catching the eyes and ears of people at YouTube, who decided that they wanted to end their partnership with Fresh and Fit as related to this whole situation. That's what I believe happened here. Now, people like Duke Jackson say this possibly could be related to an incident that they did on another platform like Rumble, where they put more extreme content because Rumble has no real community guidelines. So but I really believe it had to do with possibly them inviting Nick Fuentes and them also going out here and escalating their behavior as related to their full daily minstrel show and their minstrel antics. Now, this type of media is entertaining to some of the people in the manosphere, especially those in the white manosphere, who like seeing black men go out here and degrade themselves. Now, Fresh and Fit are not foundational black Americans. They're foreign-born blacks, and these foreign-born blacks want to go out here and try to entertain most of the white and non-black audience out here by degrading and debasing black people and making mockery of black people and also making lots of mockery of black women. That's why I don't have much sympathy for Fresh and Fit as related to them reaping what they sowed, because Fresh and Fit basically planted these seeds as related to them winding up being demonetized by escalating their behavior by presenting such extreme content on the YouTube platform. And as they've gone out here and presented this content that degrades black people, they wound up again pushing too far. And as they pushed too far, what's happened to Fresh and Fit is they're getting emotional about being demonetized. And again, not understanding that YouTube really is a place where they have been targeting black channels, and all these guys did was actively put themselves in the crosshairs. They thought that by going out here to Buck Dance and Bojangle, they would be able to go out here and gain favor with those executives and people at YouTube. They thought they would be able to put on this kind of content that would entertain the masses, but as they escalated their behavior, they basically wound up crossing a line where they possibly went too far. Now, when I look at the whole situation with Fresh and Fit, this is not an isolated incident. This is all part of a larger pattern of American media that I see what I'm calling the bootleg purge. Now, this isn't the first time we've had a bootleg purge. No, the first time we had a bootleg purge was way back in about 2012. Now, in 2012, around the time that we were going into the Barack Obama's re-election campaign, that's when we saw most of the mainstream media looking to go out here and purge itself of all of its previous bootlegs. Guys like Roland Martin and many others, they were looking to go out here and let go of these bootlegs because they were in the middle of getting ready for another election cycle. And now that they are getting ready to go into another election cycle, what they were looking to do was get rid of all of the black bootlegs who they hired to go out here and work and make it look like a picture of diversity. And that's basically what's happening right now as related to most of the media. If we look at ESPN, we've seen Sage Steele and Keyshawn Johnson and many others lose their jobs. And we've also seen at places like other channels like CNN and many others, other blacks being let go. And with the Lizzo lawsuit, we see that Lizzo is no longer considered to be their new popular mammy, and it looks like to me that legacy media is looking to let go of many of its black bootlegs, and social media is looking to get in on the purge as well. So what they want to do is get rid of all of their bootlegs at this point. And now that these bootlegs have basically served their purpose, they no longer need them. So what they're doing is going out here and taking all of the black bootlegs off mainstream and social media and getting ready to get rid of them. And now they're looking to go out here and recruit a new crop of bootlegs who they believe will be able to go out here and buck dance, bojangle, and carry the messages of the media arm of white supremacy more effectively. This is something that I believe is being done as part of the cycle because we are now entering into the 2024 election cycle, and having the same old bootlegs around is not something white supremacy likes to have around. So after they've gotten all of their use out of most of these bootlicks, they're ready to go out here and get rid of them. So what we're seeing with Fresh and Fit, with Lizzo, with Sage Steele, and Keyshawn Johnson, and many others, is white supremacy doing what it always does, breaking its toys, and breaking its toys so that they don't get to be used as weapons against the institution that gave them their job. So they've already gotten all of their use out of all of these black bootlicks, and what's happening here basically proves the point of Professor Black Truth, who told us in many of his videos bootlick is a job without a retirement plan, because white supremacy always makes sure it breaks its toys, and it always makes sure that it breaks its toys so that they cannot be weaponized against them. And that's what they're doing right now with this latest bumper crop of bootlicks, like your Sage Steele, like Keyshawn Johnson, and Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit basically have served their purpose for white supremacy, and now that they've served their purpose for white supremacy says that we don't need these guys anymore. We've got better bootlicks down the pipe. We've got better bootlicks who can go out here and go carry the soap and carry the water. We've got bootlicks who can go out here and parrot our message better. So we no longer need these black bootlicks anymore on our platform. And if we're going to pay bootlicks, we need to pay bootlicks who we believe can better convey the message. I mean, why pay Fresh and Fit when you've got Eric July? Why go out here and pay others when there are other bootlicks in the waiting? Why pay for one bootlick when you've got another who can do the work at a cheaper rate? I mean, white supremacy cycles through bootlicks every 4 to 12 years, and this is something that they have been doing for years, and it's something that is done all the time. So what's happening here with Fresh and Fit is that Fresh and Fit have basically met their bootlicking quota, and now they're out here looking to try to find a way to find a new revenue stream, and they're now going to possibly have to find a new revenue stream that pays very well, because if they didn't have a good patron base or a good Cash App base, they're possibly on the way to going broke. And that YouTube money, again, it's got strings, and again, you have to follow the rules, and that's something Just Pearly just knew when she invited Nick Fuentes. She just knew not to put it on her platform. But if this is the case of what O'Shea was saying about them going on Rumble, and that possibly could be the case of letting them go, then it possibly shows a double standard as related to Just Pearly and Fresh and Fit. But when you're black, again, you know that they're always looking to take down a black channel. And again, when I look at what happened with Fresh and Fit, again, I cry no tears for Fresh and Fit, because Fresh and Fit wanted to go out here and try to make their channel next level by participating in anti-black racism. They wanted to go out here and degrade and disrespect black people, and they wanted to go out here and pander to a base of racist and white supremacists. And what's happening to Fresh and Fit, sadly, is they're reaping what they sowed, later than what they sowed, greater than what they sowed. And while they're dealing with this bitter harvest, they didn't see that they did this to themselves, because there's a way to make great content without going into these extremes to pander to extremists like racists on the far right and the far left. I mean, what Fresh and Fit were doing was, again, making mockery of black people, disrespecting black people, disrespecting black women, and again, making mockery of black people, and again, participating in racist behavior like putting on Klan hoods. Again, this pair of minstrels basically is getting what they deserve for doing black people dirty, and they sit there and are upset that they got demonetized. But the whole thing is they were demonizing black people, and they demonized black people for far too long, and I'm just wondering what black person in their right mind is sitting there watching this show, because watching this show is the same as watching something like a Ghetto Gaggers. Again, why would you watch this kind of content? I mean, this isn't about being a shock jock. This is just about being self-hating. And again, this whole show, again, is one I won't have no use for. And again, it's looking like the white supremacists who used to watch Fresh and Fit are looking for something fresh and new to watch, where they see another black person sacrifice their dignity in order to try to create a covert contract where they get white validation, a covert contract that always ends with the black bootleg finding out that they have no allies and they have no way to take care of themselves once they wind up getting kicked out of the white supremacist social circle. Now, if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my positive black fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, like the ISIS series, the Esteem series, the John Haynes series, the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, my black sorority novel, The Thetas, my vampire novel, Eternal Night, or my black business novel, Recipe for Success, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to pick up the first John Haynes comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, you can find that on Lulu.com right now. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Give in to temptation and pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback and e-readers today. Support black-owned and black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.